Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon, everybody. We are going to be taking a look at Marvel Dice Throne. I'm pretty sure I am one of the last people that actually just sent a fulfillment update today. It said like 90% of the US fulfillment had been finished. So I'm in the final 10%. I have heard some people, mainly in the Facebook groups and things like that, wanting to know, what people's limited edition number was. I looked at it earlier. It's nothing too special, but there you can see, 13426. But I don't even know what that is out of. But anyways, here is the box. It's a nice, there's some glossy areas to it. There's also, you can lay it on its side, or you could stand it up vertically, whatever you so choose. So the artwork on this is absolutely amazing, in my opinion. It is all done by Manny Tremblay, who does all the artwork for Dice Throne. He was given the ability to kind of draw the Marvel superheroes in his style. So let's take the lid off of this thing. I actually have not even, I am seeing this for the first time, same as you guys. And look at that on the inside. Pretty cool. Man, almost makes you want to just hang up the box inside out. It'd be a cool poster for your wall. So, one of the things that they have added for this iteration of Dice Throne is what they are coining battle rails. So that's these blue plastic rails here. They were originally not as high, and they were made of the same material that the box was, but now they are straight plastic. You can see here that they've got Dice Throne across, but definitely increases the rigidity of the box in general. Also, with the special edition battle chest, you're going to be getting color-coded vac trays, whereas previously all of the vac trays were just black, which was perfectly fine. Now they are all color-coded. So let's, I want to see because I'm seeing some cardboard in here. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look at this first here. They have included standees for all of the heroes, because there's no reason why you couldn't turn around and play these characters in Dice Throne Adventures. Sorry, this is going to be loud for a second here. So there's the rule book. Talk a little bit more about Dice Throne once I get some of the cards out and some of the boards out for anybody not familiar. But previously they had put all of these tokens in with the individual characters. I believe, I'm trying to remember, but here they're out. Anyways, I don't see a little standee anywhere. I wonder if they've included standees, but you should be able to use these for Dice Throne Adventures. All the rest of these, I'm assuming, are going to be, hero specific. A lot of these I could tell, this is Spider-Man. Actually, I don't know. Loki, maybe. Spider-Man, obviously. These are Loki's. These are Spider-Man's. Here is Thor's Mjolnir hammer, but we are going to see a special edition one very soon. And then here is the rest of them. So again, I'm not 100% sure. Some of them are quite obvious, others are not so obvious as to who they're going to go to, but we'll figure it out soon enough. I'm guessing we'll be able to see that when we get into these. So If you're in the chat and you want to see a specific character, let me know. I'm going to go through them all, show off the boards, possibly some cards. If it seems like the cards are really not all that exciting, we may skip the cards, but we're certainly going to take a look at the boards and the dice and everything else. So I guess we will just start here with Thor. I want to move this out of the way right now. Yes, this is in the way. All right, so here we go. If you are not familiar with Dice Throne, the first iteration of Dice Throne, which was, you know, a Kickstarter game, was a success. This was also a Kickstarter, but it all came in one big box, and there was basically just these, you know, kind of squarish. Kevin Gibson, maybe the stands are in the boxes. Well, let's find out. No, not one in Thor. Maybe one box has them all, or as I empty these out. Anyways, for the second iteration of Dice Throne, when they came out with Dice Throne 2, that's when they started doing the battle chest, and the game trays got involved, and they created these boards that, you know, as they fold up, create a nice picture. But here, this is what the board looks like. So they don't ever quite lay flat right off the bat. That's honestly one of the few gripes I have about their production quality, is that these don't lay flat. I almost thought they would have figured that out by now. But yeah, so if you are not familiar with Dice Throne, this is a super quick overview for how to play Dice Throne. Essentially, this is Yahtzee, but with a lot of flair. So on your turn, you're going to take your 5 dice that are unique to your character, and you're going to go ahead and roll them out. All right, now at this point, you're seeing certain things like numbers at the top. So here's 1, 3, 3, 5, and 5. Well, then you're going to look to your board here and say, well, what can I do with this? Not much, I'll tell you that right now. I'm not far off from a Odin Force. I could stop right now and get the lowest hammered, which is just to deal 4 damage to my opponent. You know, essentially, I just need those 3 dice showing hammers. It doesn't matter what the number is. Odin Force, I could re-roll this. I also have a 1, a 3, and a 5, which, you know, could give me a large straight if I hit on the 2 and the 4. But most likely, I would probably take these, and I would say, all right, I'm going for Odin Force here, and I'm going to re-roll this one. And look at that, I did it. Boom. And so at this point, I could roll again if I wanted to. You get 3 rolls, and you can re-roll any number of dice that you choose. But at the end of your 3 rolls, or whenever you decide to stop, you then have to, if you can, use those dice to do something off your board. So I would go to Odin Force here. It would say I would deal 5 damage, and then I would roll 5 dice. And then so I would roll all my dice again. So I'm dealing 5 damage to my opponent. And then here it would say, all right, for every 2 hammers, throw or retrieve Mjolnir. And you can see all the rules for Mjolnir here. And on double, I'm not quite sure, I guess that's his helmet. On his helmet, you gain 1 CP. If I had rolled a 6, I could have gained electrokinesis. So that's, you know, a very, very quick and dirty way of explaining Dice Throne here. But it's more than just rolling the dice and hitting on what you see on the board here, because you're going to be given a deck of cards here that's unique to each character. this is going to be shuffled up, and you're going to be drawing from these, and you're going to have this hand of cards that will give you the opportunity to spend command points here, which is tracked by this dial, which again, these are all unique to the characters. There's the CP dial and the health dial, and you can spend the command points to play. You can see these right here. This one costs 0, this one costs 1. You can play these cards. Some of them will allow you to re-roll dice, some of them will affect your opponent in other ways, but a lot of them, for example, will upgrade your board. So instead of Thunder Wheel, which is your defense roll, so you would activate this ability when you're being attacked, you now are Thunder Wheel 2. Or let's see here, Bottled Lightning. Where's Bottled Lightning? Oh, way over here. So if I drew this into my hand and then spent 2 command points, I could upgrade my board like so. And then there's a whole bunch of other ones that these type right here are probably going to be very common. Says bases are the ones used in Dice Throne Adventures. Ah, that makes sense. There were bases in Dice Throne Adventures. Okay. I'll probably just take the standees and throw them in with Dice Throne Adventures. They claim that, where's my Thor standee? They claim that they included these to give you a little flavor while you're playing. So you would like take your Thor standee and stick it up next to you as if you're going to forget who your character is. So I guess that's why I thought they might have included some standees. Because then they're really kind of useless if you don't have Dice Throne Adventures. But anyways, I have Dice Throne Adventures, so that's probably where I'll throw them. If I really wanted some flavor, I probably would throw out my Marvel United miniatures and have some super flavor. So it looks like a lot of the characters are all going to get these same cards. So let's take a look at these once. A lot of them will look familiar. And I don't know what's going on with my camera here. The color is a little off. This is very much a blue board. It looks almost reddish on my camera, but it's blue. Anyways, let's take a look at these cards here. So these, I'm guessing, are going to be in everybody's deck. So 6-It, Better D, you know, these are probably all just pulled from standard Dice Throne decks. Helping Hand. The artwork is all different though. So if you're a fan of Dice Throne samesies, this is all unique artwork by Manny Tremblay. So Wild, Try Again, Twice as Wild, Not This Time. This, not a single one of these has had repeat art on it. Getting Paid, Tippet, Bye Bye, Double Up, Triple Up, Get That Out of Here, Vegas Baby, What Status Effects, Transference, and that's it. So I'm only going to show this deck off, or you know, these cards off that one time. They're kind of the standard ones that are going to be in everybody's deck, and then you have the ones that are unique to Thor here. So Stormbreak, play only if you have thrown Mjolnir twice this turn. Draw 1 card, gain 1 CP, guard, break, and electrokinesis. Goodness gracious. Power Trip. Let's see, electrokinesis says a player may spend 3 electrokinesis at any time to draw a card. Boost abilities or spend to draw 1. Oh, so they can boost other abilities. Mjolnir here, you can throw or retrieve Mjolnir at any time by discarding a card. If an ability tells you to throw or retrieve it, you do not need to discard a card. When you throw Mjolnir, place it on a chosen opponent and deal 1. I believe that is 1 unblockable. Yeah. 1 unblockable damage as an isolated source of undefendable damage. When you retrieve Mjolnir, place it back on your hero board and gain electrokinesis. Okay. Retrieve Mjolnir. Mjolnir. It's a hard word to say. Change the value of any one of your dice to a 4 or 5. Alright, and let's see what else we can upgrade here. There's Thunderbolts upgrade. I always like these ones that give you an additional option even for your dice. Lightning Rod upgrades there. Odin Force 2. Chain Lightning. Mighty Summon. And then Hammered. Hammered is the only one that has a level 3. So there you go. That is Thor. Thor's ultimate ability is Gain Guard Break, which Guard Break says if a player concludes their offensive roll phase with an attack, they may spend this token and roll 1 die. If the outcome is 1 through 3, the attack becomes undefendable. Okay. Throw or retrieve Mjolnir up to 4 times. Deal 14 damage. All right. So that is Thor. You can see here these tokens are going to be Thor's. This is his Guard Break tokens. That appears to be it. I only see 4 electrokinesis tokens. Oh, stack limit 4. Okay. But this is one of our Battle Chest exclusive here. This is the... Ooh, this is heavy. Man, look at this thing. Whosoever holds... It's hard not to get a glare off of this. Whosoever holds the hammer, if they be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. So this is like a token and a half. I did see a comment in the Facebook group that it was a missed opportunity that this is not a bottle opener, which would have been impressively cool. But I mean, this thing, if you were to actually throw this at somebody, it would hurt. I mean, there you can see, boom, it is solid, hefty. So yeah, that is Thor. Again, once you start, we can punch out Thor's tokens here. Boom, boom, boom. I won't even punch out the Mjolnir, maybe even his standee. So, if you are not familiar with the production value of Dice Throne from Roxley here, these trays are absolutely magnificent because there is a little spot for everything. Your little tokens can go right here in this tray, and then I wonder if Thor is going to fit right there. This fits in there, and then that fits on top, so you can see his picture. The lid locks on, and boom. So this is one of the best games in my opinion. Essentially, I try and have all of my storage solutions be as similar to this as possible. So here's everything you need to play, sir. Take this out. Everything you need is right there. Bam, good to go. All right. So we're just going to keep going down the line unless somebody puts in a specific request. So we have Loki next. Loki, I believe, well, I'm not sure if they're in. I do have the promo card set over here off to the side. We'll take a look at that last. So here's Loki. Here's Loki's combat dial and health dial. Again, all unique artwork. They could have easily just given you, a handful. Yeah, these are them right here. All right. So here's Loki's board. And Tactics, gain an illusion token. So let's see here. And you can also see that, you know, the unique dice are not, you know, 6s are not always by themselves. Like his 6 and his 5 are unique, and then 3 and 4 are the same, 1 and 2 are the same, whereas on Thor it was 1, 2, 3 were the same, 4, 5 were the same, and then 6 was unique. So again, everything in this game, whoops, throwing the dice. Also, you couldn't see it as well on Thor's, but these dice are swirled. I don't know if you can pick those up on camera, which is supposedly Battle Chest limited edition exclusive as well. So let's take a look at some of Loki's cards here, especially his, I forget what these cards are called. Present the 3 illusion cards to your opponent face down in any order. You may suggest which card they should select. The attacker chooses any card, flip over the chosen card, and resolve the text. Alright, so if you gain an illusion token, stack limit 2, attempt to find Loki among his illusions. Begin the game with your 3 illusion cards set aside. That's these. A player with this token may spend it when being attacked. If spent, okay. This token may not be transferred by any means, but can be removed. Alright, now I'm curious. We're going to take a look at these cards next. So these are not the same. These are their synthetic cards. They're more plasticky. These are, you know, kind of standard card stock here. These are, from what I can tell, similar to what Chip Theory Games puts out. Not quite the same. I don't know if you could throw these in the bathtub and they would be okay, but they're definitely like a higher grade material. They said they did that because these were going to be handled a lot more. So I guess if you give someone if someone has an illusion token, you're going to go like this, and you're like, actually you would mix them up. What do I want to do? And then you'd throw them out like this. And they would pick one. What does this one say? Partial success. Loki prevents half incoming damage rounded up. Ah, okay. You spend the illusion token if someone's attacking you. Oh, a player. See, that's confusing. It should just say you, really. You may spend this token when being attacked. Okay. Alright, so you got to make them hit you. So what do we got here? Success. Loki prevents 0 incoming damage. Attacker gains Bag of Tricks. Loki may spend another illusion token. Fail. Loki prevents an infinite amount of incoming damage. And partial success. Loki prevents half the damage. Okay, I got it now. So essentially, if you have an illusion token, you make the attacker pick an illusion card. You get to mix them up. You can lie to them or you can tell them the truth. But yes, I could see why, you know, this would be a fun mechanic to play with. And so all 3 of them are going to be out every time. That's cool. Alright. Let's take a look at his other Loki specific cards here. Take backsies. Choose a card that costs 2 CP or less from your discard pile. That's nice. Outwit. He's like in the water with the sharks. Chosen player must remove a bag of tricks and roll 1 die. Certain things happen. So what's bag of tricks? Positive status effect. Roll and gain a surprise. During the upkeep phase, a player with this token removes it and rolls 1 die. Lose. On a 1, they lose CP. On a 2 to 5, Loki chooses whether the player heals 2, gains 1 CP, or receives 2 damage. On a 6, they gain 2 CP. Again, interesting. He's just such an interesting character. You definitely want to make sure I would guess that you're going to play, if you're playing as Loki, you're playing with somebody who can take a joke, because you're really going to be messing with people if you're Loki. Inflict 3 spellbound. When inflicted, place this token so that it covers up Spider-Man next. You got it. A player with this token may not activate the offensive ability that is covered by this token. Ah! So you can take spellbound here, which are these, and I'm guessing like cover up that, like that on someone else's board. Unique status effect, stack limit 3. I have 6 of them though. A player who only has 1 offensive ability uncovered cannot be afflicted with this token. Well, I would hope not. Remove this token at the conclusion of their offensive roll phase. Alright. So there we go. Here are the rest of his cards. These don't. I want to see if he has anything that upgrades past level 2. Confuddle. Antics. And then, no. He actually only has that. That's it. Right? I didn't miss a card? No. So he doesn't even have like an extra mockery. Okay. Assuming these can just go in with the rest of them. Alright. So that's Loki. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like a dark blue, and this is supposed to be Miles Morales Spider-Man. I'm not really sure why they didn't make him black. They made Black Widow black. Okay, so that makes sense. Who'd they make red? Scarlet Witch. Okay, so I guess this is supposed to be like the blue of non-Miles Morales Spider-Man. Show this off here. Here's his CP dial and his health dial. Here are his dice. Let's see, we've got webs or 4s and 5s. 1, 2, 3s are the hands, and then 6 is the spider symbol. Ooh, so he's got combo ability. Combo ability here allows him to spend the token at the conclusion of the opponent's defensive roll phase and do another offensive roll phase. Stack limit 1. Invisibility. When a player with this token is attacked with an undefendable attack, they may choose to spend this token to activate a defensive ability. Wow. So it doesn't make them truly... I mean, I thought undefendable was undefendable. I guess it's the ultimate that's undefendable. Ultimate dice may be altered to prevent an ultimate. Otherwise, no action of any kind may be performed by an opponent until the ability fully completes. So maybe that's it. All right. So here's Miles Morales. He actually has 2 defensive abilities, Counter Punch and Spider Sense. This one's essentially preventing damage, and this one is dealing damage back. So which one's more important to you? Deal 5 damage and gain combo. That's nice. Gain invisibility, deal 7 damage. Ooh. So his small and large straights are just combined here, which really almost gives him like an extra spot. Because really, most of the time it's just small straight, large straight. So it's almost like he's getting an extra action on his board. Oh, he's got a ton of unique cards too. Radioactive Blood, gain combo. Instant action. Gain invisibility. Oops. Play only after being attacked. Discard invisibility to prevent 3 damage. Okay, that's not that great. It's a free card though. Visible Punch. If you successfully prevent damage as part of your Spider Sense defensive ability, deal 3 damage. Okay. Ambush. Okay. Okay. Booyah. Inflict Web to a chosen opponent. Gain 2 CP. Milkshake me. Heal 3. So he's got a lot of just, you know, they're not like crazy fancy, but they're solid. Now, what's interesting, he had a lot more, you know, unique action cards, but he only has 4 upgrade cards to upgrade his board here. So he's got Punch 2, Combo 2, Ensnare 2, and Venom Punch 2. Interesting. So neither one of his defensive abilities can be upgraded, and neither can these bottom ones. So he's got a much different setup than everyone else. Very interesting, Miles. Put you in there. Alright, so that was Miles Morales Spider-Man. What we got next year? Alright, this is going to be one. This is, after this, we'll be halfway done. Scarlet Witch. Whoops, wrong way. Alright. Oh, let's see here. Whoa, she's got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going on here. Probability manipulation, reality warp. If a player is inflicted with this token when they begin their offensive roll phase, they must remove it and use one of Scarlet Witch's dice. Interesting. So if you were rolling Scarlet Witch's dice, you could still do like a straight, but you're not going to be able to hit like, you know, on... Yeah. Interesting. Conjure. Crackle. She's got quite a mixture on her dice too. Here's her CP dial and her health tracker. Here's her dice. Let's see if we can find all the... Boom, boom. What am I missing? No? Got that one, got that one, got that one. Okay, that is all of them. Yeah. Alright, let's see if she's got any tricks up her sleeve, like Spider-Man did. Now, she appears to be pretty standard here. Alright. Chaos manipulation. No dice. Warped. Hex shield. Gain conjure. Snap crackle. Rice Krispie treats. Cast manipulate. Okay, so we already saw those. And let's see here. She gets one for double trouble. She gets one for pure chaos. Bewitched becomes 2 for 1. Here she doubled up her small and large straight too. So she almost gets an extra action. Are you planning to do a playthrough video? Yes. Maybe DTA with one of the Marvel characters? Certainly. Yes, I will definitely do that because most of my videos are, I'm playing solo. So I do have a video on my channel if you're interested, utilizing just essentially, the boss cards, and depending on the level of difficulty I want to play against, whether I use like the Fallen Barbarian or somebody worse. But I basically use those cards and I pull out just the upgrade cards for the character I want to play against. So if I wanted to play against Scarlet Witch, I would pull out these cards here that I just laid out. I still do the spend however much CP, depending on, I think it's like 7. So I build up her board and then I flip over like the Fallen Barbarian cards each turn. It does take a little bit of imagination, because obviously none of the Fallen Barbarian cards is going to say like, inflict reality warp or inflict crackle, but you can kind of figure out, what it would be. It does work. At least it has always worked for, regular Dice Throne characters, but we will certainly give it a try with our Marvel characters too. I don't know if this may be old news for you guys, but Dice Throne, Manny Tremblay and everyone announced that I guess their next Kickstarter is coming on July 5th. They're calling it Christmas in July for Dice Throne. And so I'm not 100% sure if it's just they're going to tell you what is coming on July 5th or if the Kickstarter goes live on July 5th, but they released a little teaser video on their Facebook group and everybody's just pining over trying to figure out what it might be. I personally feel like figuring out a way to play solo, kind of utilizing that Dice Throne system, Dice Throne Adventures system, would be super easy. Alright, let's give the camera something to focus on here. Captain Marvel. Alright, so Captain Marvel here. Cosmic Ray, roll 2 dice and pick 1 for damage bonus. Cosmic Flare and Radiance. Photons, Ascend, and Holostar. There's her combat points, and here is her health. I don't know why my camera just does not like to focus. Here's the dice. Alright, if I could open a deck of cards, that would be good. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, she seems pretty standard too. We haven't seen anybody yet that has like a constant effect that takes over one of their slots. Flickering, gain radiance. Scintillate? Yeah, I'm reading that right. Cosmic Shield. May spend a cosmic ray you gained this turn. Okay. Camera keeps going back and forth, focusing. Yes. Yeah, it doesn't like it when there's a little bit of glare. You know, these are pretty shiny. The boards are shiny. It's supposed to be a really nice camera, though. It's, you know, Logitech's HD Pro or whatever. But it does not like to focus all the time. Alright. So we've got Energy Refraction, Light Torpedo. That's cool. Cool name for an attack. Aurora Wave. I really like how she's like breaking the fourth wall here. She's like coming through and taking over this spot here. Almost don't want to cover it up. Supernova. Photonic. And her light, look at that one doubled up too. So 1, 2, yeah, a lot of hers. Look at all of these options. Obviously you're not going to get all of these out there, but she gives you tons of options if you had all these out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the defensive ability. Cool. All right. Is there anybody in the chat that had pledged for this and is still waiting for their copy? Anybody in that last 10% like me that's still waiting? Black Panther is purple, which, okay, because Black Widow has to be black, I guess. Makes the most sense. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that Black Panther and Captain Marvel come in a 2-pack, one of the 2-packs together for retail. I'm thinking these guys are the ones who are supposed to be like the most straightforward, the easiest too. He definitely has pretty stack limit 8. For every 2 kinetic energy, increase damage from your attacks by 1. Upon reaching kinetic energy stack limit, immediately remove all kinetic energy tokens, then gain 2 CP, draw 2 cards, and deal 5 damage. Vibranium Suit. A player with this token may spend it to prevent 3 incoming damage. This token may not be transferred by any means, but can be removed. I feel like they could have created a little metal necklace too, like they did for Thor. Alright, here is Black Panther's dials. Here are his purple dice. The swirls on these pop pretty well. Yeah, there's everything. All right, what do we got here? Yabambe. Discard 2 kinetic energy to gain the vibranium suit. Discard the vibranium suit to prevent 6 damage. Roll 5 dice, add 1 per the slash, which is his most common. Your attack becomes undefendable. Warrior of Wakanda, and energize. Stop at nothing. And that's it for his unique cards. I'm putting that right there, haven't I? Okay, so we finally have somebody with a passive ability here. I'm just now noticing that. Passive ability, whenever damage is successfully dealt to you, gain kinetic energy. Okay, so you're going to be reaching that stack limit probably several times. Bashenga's Honor. Okay, so energy absorption can be upgraded. Whenever damage is successfully dealt to you, gain kinetic energy. Your kinetic energy stack limit is now 7. Okay. Because when you reach it, you gain 2 CP, draw 2 cards, deal 5. Yeah, so that's nice. That's a nice little ancestral power. Triple threat. Meteoric punch. Stealth strike. Heart-shaped herb. And vibranium claws 2. So he gets an upgrade for everything. But he is our first one. We only have 2 left, so he might be the only one with a passive ability. Alright. So that was Black Panther. We have left. Who's the brown? Doctor Strange. I don't know how I feel about this brown color. So we've got a light blue, a dark blue, a green, orange. They could have given him orange. They gave him brown. Oh, he's got spell cards. Okay. He looks like he's complicated. Let's check here. Complexity rating only a 5. Okay. Well, that shouldn't be too bad here. Let's take a look at what he's got here. Spells have prepare and cast effects. There, trying to get rid of the glare. When you prepare a spell, place the spell on your passive ability. Okay, so he's got a passive ability too. It's the Book of Ashanti. Book of Ashanti, do not remove previously prepared spells, then perform the prepare effect. When you cast a spell, you may choose any card from your Book of Ashanti and perform the cast effect. Okay. He's got a lot of things there too. Here's his 2 dials. Also like that, you know, they go ahead and assemble these for you, which is nice. Not that it's that much of a pain in the butt, but it's just a quality of life thing. Alright, so these dice aren't as bad as the color of the vac tray. So there's those. What are we missing here? 5? Yeah. And we need some cards. That right there. Okay, so he doesn't have a separate set of cards like Loki does. Your spell cards, I'm assuming, are going to be part of his unique set here. There we go. interestingly enough, he has no upgrade cards. So Doctor Strange, if you played against him, would definitely, yeah, you have to figure something out. All right, so let's start with his kind of regular cards here. Chosen player gains Deja Vu, cast a spell, Shield of Seraphim, and Icy Tendrils. Foresight. Yeah, we hadn't seen that one yet. Yeah, time after time. Alright, but look at all these spells he gets. I mean, essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he gets even more than most people get upgrade cards for. So let's take a look at these. Prepare effect, none. Cast effect, add 1 damage to an attack for each card in your hand, up to a maximum of 4. Prepare effect, chosen player loses 1 CP, add 3 damage. Inflict crimson bands on a chosen opponent, make an attack undefendable. Chosen player gains Deja Vu, heal any hero 3. Prepare a spell from your discard pile. Ooh, that's nice. Prepare effect. You may remove a status effect token from a chosen player. Then, when you cast it, you can get a spell back. That's cool. Heal. Cast up to 2 different spells in your discard pile. So this, you don't prep them, you just go ahead and cast them right from there. Starter spell. It doesn't say what you do with this starter spell. Do you start with it in your hand? Do you start with it down? No, because it has a prepare effect, and you would lose that prepare effect. And it doesn't really say on here. Starting spell. I wonder if it's in the rule book. Interesting. Whoops. All right, last but not least, everybody's favorite Russian, the Black Widow. Time bomb. Tick, 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 tick. All right, let's see, what do we got here? Covert Ops. You may spend this token once per turn during your main phase to do one of the following: an ability upgrade from your hand into play. Ooh. Agility and Time Bomb. Roll a 6 to attempt to defuse. Take 4 damage if you run out of time. When inflicting this token, if you have at least 6 ability upgrades in play, place it on the 1 side. Otherwise, place it on the 2 side. Okay, but she can get ability upgrades out pretty quickly. I wonder how many she's got. So here's her CP dial and her health dial. Here are her dice. I keep taking these off of the top, and I have this like small stack. I have 3 of them sitting over here. I don't remember whose deck they belong to. Alright, let's see here. Actually, not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She only has 7 ability upgrades. I'll get to those in a second. Alright, assemble. Play 2 agility, recoil, subversion, it's an attack modifier, elude. My opinion so far, Papersmith, is that, hold on, let me get through this little deck of cards here. Red Room. Oh, she's got a passive ability too. They were all stacked on one end. So yeah, there are some kind of just very standard characters in here, like Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Thor with his Mjolnir seems pretty cool. But then there's also some really interesting characters like Doctor Strange, who has spells. He has no ability upgrade cards. He just has spells that he adds to his Book of Vashante, which is his passive ability. They have a prep effect and a cast effect, which is cool. Who else? There was another one, Loki. Loki seems like he's going to be a really fun character to play with. Essentially, you can, if you gain an illusion token, you can spend it to take your 3 illusion cards, you shuffle them up however you want, and then you say, all right, pick one. One of them says, all right, you missed me completely. One of them says, you missed me half. And the other one says, you got me. And they gain a bag of tricks. Yes, the art is amazing. I love the art. I've always liked Manny Tremblay's art. And this is definitely Manny Tremblay's Marvel characters, basically. I'm very curious as to what they're going to announce on the 5th. If it's another IP, you know, I personally like IP products. I was more excited about this than I was the other ones. I know that some people are the reverse, but you know, they prefer original stuff. But I was really excited about this, and if they come out with another IP Dice Throne, I might lose my mind. If it's, you know, there's like 3 or 4 that I would think was amazing. Star Wars would be at the top, and I really doubt we're going to see a Star Wars Dice Throne, but a man can dream, right? The 5th is Christmas in July. They released a video on their Facebook channel and on their Twitter feed, and it's just a teaser. It's like a 10-second teaser, but it basically says, get ready for Christmas in July, something to do with Kickstarter. I don't know exactly if they're going to let you know what's coming next on Kickstarter, or if the Kickstarter launches on the 5th, but whatever it is, something with Dice Throne. Keep your eye out on their YouTube channel or their Facebook group or their Twitter feed, because they're going to announce something on the 5th. So here are all her upgrade cards. She only has 7. So to say that she's got 6 out, she basically can upgrade everything but her passive ability. So that's, you know, almost all of her. Yes, I am a huge Star Wars fan, nerd, all of the above. Pretty much if it's a Star Wars IP, I'm going to give it a try. You know, Fantasy Flight's Star Wars Imperial Assault. It's one of my all-time favorite dungeon crawlers. There really, you know, has not been the best of games, board games at least, as far as Star Wars that do justice to the IP. But I love Rebellion. I'll play that solo every year on the May the 4th. What else? What else do I have that's Star Wars? Dark Side Rising, Outer Rim. I just got in today, actually. It was a big day for deliveries because I got this in, and I got the new Outer Rim expansion, which I'm very excited about getting into. Alright, so last but not least here is the deck of promo cards. Ooh. So pretty sure these are the randomizers because they have the different back. And yes. Alright, so not that you couldn't figure out a way to do this on your own, but if you know, are playing, it's kind of a funky Thor picture. If you're playing with someone who you guys play often and you can't decide, you mix these up and they can help you decide who's going to play who. Then each character should have, mythic cards, rule sets, randomizer cards, and promo cards. So each one of these you can go ahead and add into the deck. Do the lids feel snug, by the way? Yes. You know, I can almost pick it up just by the lid. I've only got my fingers under the lid, and it holds there for a second. So it certainly doesn't, you know, they feel just like the other Dice Throne lids do. There's a little notch, like right here, and on this side. Most of the time, I've had to like hold on to the bottom and get underneath it to raise the lid up. Also, if you're just not joining us, here you can see what the inside of the box is. These battle rails are plastic. You know, so definitely holding everything in place nicely versus the cardboard that we saw formerly. I just got a copy yesterday. Can't wait to play it. Yeah, I know. Yes, I'm gonna figure out a way. I actually have my family's coming into town. My brother and sister both live in Colorado, so I don't get to see them that often. They're coming into town for the 4th, so I'm hoping that I know my brother's a big Thor fan, so hoping to be able to get this to the table a lot over the holiday weekend. So here is not Wakanda, what's his name? Black Panther's card. Gain 4 kinetic energy. Smoke Screen. Black Widow. Captain Marvel's. I almost thought Doctor Strange's was going to be a spell, but it's not. Dash of Mischief. Yeah, so here's roll 1, and that's that illusion token that you can then spend. And Spellbound's cool because you can basically cover up you know, the pictures of the dice at the top of someone's thing, eliminating that ability. Excellent. That's a cool name for a card. But which character are you most excited to try? Probably, I haven't. Probably Loki, although whether I just wasn't paying that much attention or didn't realize, the Doctor Strange character is definitely intriguing. I've heard Black Widow, though, it's either Black Widow or Scarlet Witch, is very powerful. Like, I've heard a lot of people winning with her. Not that, that makes me want to play with them. But, yeah, easily Loki or Doctor Strange. Miles, there's something about Miles Morales, too, that I thought was interesting. But I can't remember what it was now. But, yeah, definitely Loki and definitely Doctor Strange would be my first 2 that I'd want to get out. All right. But these last ones here, so this one says, for the mythic cards, during setup, place your hero's mythic ability card in your play area with the active side face up. While this is face up, the active ability remains in effect. Additionally, while the card is active, you may choose to perform the flip ability at any time. Then flip the card to the inactive side. It has no effect for the remainder of the game. Yes, there is a lot of redhead ladies in here. This is true. So here's the inactive side. Okay, so the rules are basically printed on the inactive side, but what's really cool is this side. So I I don't know what the proper term for these is, lenticular cards, but you can see, you know, they basically have that rainbow effect to them. So black, I don't know how well you guys can read. I'm almost having trouble reading these. If you're being attacked with at least 8 damage, gain an additional kinetic energy. Flip ability, gain max kinetic energy. So these must be like, maybe if you're playing against someone who is a beginner, you can give them a mythic ability. Inflict time bomb with just the 001 side on 2 chosen opponents. Yeah. Holographic? Yeah, that might be it. Captain Marvel. You may spend Cosmic Ray the turn it is gained. So yeah, it just says you start setup with this on its active side. Active side up, while it is face up, the active ability remains in effect. Yeah. So this must just be a way to kind of tip the scales in someone's favor. I guess if you both have your mythic ability. If you roll a 1 on a bag of tricks, gain 1 CP instead. Gain 2 illusion tokens if you flip. Scarlet Witch. Probability manipulation stack limit is now 3. And Spider-Man. Nope. Thor. Whenever you activate an offensive ability that utilizes, I think that's, well, no. I can't really tell what. Oh, that's one of the sides of the dice. Gain electrokinesis. Okay. Alright. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. These are definitely cool promos here. Just, even whether or not you play with them or not, just having them out on the table is pretty cool. So that is going to do it. I did not do any of the play mats, although I am regretting that, if anything. I don't have any of my other cards sleeved, so I didn't feel the need to get the sleeves for these. So yeah, I basically just got the battle chest, which is perfectly fine for me. Maybe down the road we'll look into, I'm guessing they'll have the play mats on their website for sale. Thor and Loki, 2 from the same universe. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I really, there's no telling. I'm noticing that the things are a little dinged up here. So I don't know how well the battle rails do, but the important stuff is in perfect condition. Yeah, I don't really know how they chose the heroes that they chose. You know, obviously Captain America, Iron Man, and Hulk, which are some of, you know, the classics, are not in here. And according to what they said during the Kickstarter, this is the only set of Marvel heroes they're going to do. Maybe it came down to who they felt like they could get fun abilities for, and unique abilities and cards. That's a great question. Anyways, if nobody else has any burning questions, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I was aiming for an hour. I was an hour and 10 minutes, so we're doing pretty good. Thank you all for joining me, though. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. And yes, I will definitely be doing a playthrough at some point or another. So if there's a character you would like to see, let me know in the comment section, and whoever gets the most votes, we'll make sure we do a video with that character. Thank you, Papersmith. You have a good night too. Everyone else, you do the same. Have a if you're in the United States, hopefully everyone has a great 4th of July weekend coming up. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining, guys. Have a good night.